We left Summer unsupervised for too long. She is no longer obsessed with ducks. It's now turtles.
Turtles. Give me all the turtles. Team T.
Anyways.
Who's the best turtle? Raphael. That's who.
It's Donatello. You are so wrong.
No, you're wrong. It's my boy Raph. Okay, let's talk about RWBY though.
We haven't talked about RWBY since like 2020.
Has it been that long?
Ironic.
We've gotten that long without RWBY?
It's been a while.
Like I remember the volume got pushed, but I honestly did not realize it's been that long.
I honestly think. Hold on, give me a hot minute to bring.
No, I could have sworn. Didn't Volume 8 ended in like 21?
Well, we're gonna stop that so I don't get copyrighted. Hold on.
I could have sworn it ended in 2021.
Well, all right. Volume 8, our last review. Hold on. Give me one moment. It started. Wow. Okay, so it stopped in March 30th of 2021. 3 months into 2021.
Okay, I was gonna say there's no way. There's no way it's been that long.
That was with delays, though. If it wouldn't have been delayed, that thing would not have cleared 2020.
Yeah.
But
so it didn't take that long for me to get a new obsession. Okay.
It just took us not reviewing RWBY.
Yeah.
But so I was excited that this was happening, and then when I found out that it was Shaft, I was like, it's whatever. And then I started my anime binge that I've been on for about the past year and a half.
Yes.
And I watched a little show called Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm very okay with the fact that Shaft is doing this, because
that's exactly why I was all for Shaft doing this, because of Madoka.
Yeah, I'm like, that's gonna work.
No, they did Madoka Magic.
Because, like, give or take, just their regular animation of all their stuff looks fine. But then I'm thinking of like the sequences with the witches and the labyrinths, and I'm like, and then immediately we get that intro where they redid the Dust intro, and I'm just like, yeah, this is what they're doing. And it is so weird that you guys are not going to have any frame of reference for this, but this is like watching the RWBY version of the Evangelion rebuild films.
Okay, you're right. I have none.
Because Evangelion was just done. It was just done. And then eventually the rebuild films happened later. And the third and fourth film are completely different. But the first and second one are the same exact events scrunched down with a couple of different changes. Just to basically be like, you're caught up. We're starting from here.
Is that when they put it onto Netflix or?
No, Netflix. It was the ones that were just being produced by Amazon or like were on Crunchyroll and stuff. And then the fourth one was bought up by Amazon. So they all got ripped over to Amazon. No, the one that's on Netflix was just the original show. They just redubbed it.
Oh, I remember there was like controversy. I've never watched it.
We could talk about that after, but that controversy is the dumbest. The literal dumbest.
Okay, what fandom controversy is it?
This one's at near the top. I did about a 45-minute rant on how dumb this was in one of those review episodes for Evangelion that I did. And you know how my rants go. This one topped it.
Oh. He do be ranting.
Okay, but anyways, so favorite moments. Summer, go ahead.
So, hold on. I had my notes in front of me, and I kind of.
Oh my god, no, not the notes.
You're the only one that doesn't take them.
Not the notes, exactly.
Notes.
I still had to do a kind of fucking notes, man.
I mean, slight nitpick. I felt this when I watched it sub too, but I don't like the pacing of this first part of the show.
Okay.
But I do like Blake's Faunus reveal. I do like how they did that in this.
Keep in mind, we're only doing the first episode.
Oh shoot, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, both, so I'm like, what reveal?
Hold on. Keep in mind, first episode.
That's right. I forgot because when they dropped the sub, they did the first 3. Yes. So when I watched dub, I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, I remember all this.
So it's literally up into them being dropped off at Beacon. Or like getting onto the thing.
Let me rephrase. I generally just like hearing everybody back in their voice roles.
Yes.
I
Nothing against
genuinely
the
kind of teared up actually getting to hear
right.
them do
I don't
this
know
again.
what it was.
Like
I don't
hearing
know
Tai
what.
Yang again after so long.
Mhm.
There's just something about getting to hear the English voice actors again, which
Yes.
I know makes no
Kira.
sense at all. Just hearing, oh my god, Pyrrha! Every time Pyrrha's on screen, I just kind of sob on the floor.
I know.
There's a point, and I'm going to talk about
But-
it. How it's just like, do you have to twist the knife with how you worded it, and then had to put her face on
Right?
screen?
Yes, you
I was
do.
gonna
You
say,
gotta twist the knife
I
to
love how
general
they're like
reminders.
they're hurting us on purpose. I guess that's also my favorite part is just kind of seeing them again, and I do like a lot of the reworking. God, I hope I'm
Mhm.
not mixing up episode 1 and 2 right now. I like that they have both teams on the airship, though.
Yes.
I like that we have
Yeah,
them all on the
you see
airship.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Blake.
Yeah, I was gonna say go to Blake, or else I might
Like,
talk about.
I do like the pacing was a little bit like all over, but I did like how they showed a little bit of like the RWBY trailer in the episode, the Blake trailer,
Mhm.
Weiss's trailer, not Yang's.
I'll
But I feel like
get
how
into that with
Yang-
mine, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I think how Yang's was, it was like more like a flashback type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't
It-
remember the first.
In her
Yang.
original trailer,
Yeah.
she does the fight at the
Oh
club
yeah, at the
looking
club,
for
and
Raven.
then the second one, it was like
The
the
flashback.
flashback one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
the
I
one
was
where
like,
her and
wait,
Ruby were training.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Where she
like I
gets
did
attacked
like
by
how
her
they
son.
added like more like details to it. How like they showed like Ruby and Yang's talking to like the grave and Tai Yang and like Tai Yang like fucking saw Tai Yang in Volume 1. I was like, yo, what?
I
Did
was
not
so
suspect
happy.
that.
Me either.
I like that they gave the reason for why Ruby was in that shop.
Yes.
Yeah, like it gave it fleshed out more of like backstory to certain stuff, which I liked.
Yes.
Also, everyone got fucking hot. Okay, I was like, excuse you, Tai Yang is not supposed to look this good.
So that's where
Oscar
Shaft's
looks
budget
too
went.
good.
It was character design.
Shaft is very
Fucking
good at
romance
character
hardly.
design.
I was like, so this is how it's gonna be, huh?
Yeah, Shaft is very good at character design. So that was one of the ones where I'm just like, all those animations and stuff are going to look insanely fluid. Because just like, again, from Madoka, like how their sword fighting and all that does, it's just,
yeah,
it's very good. But yeah, that new animated intro of like the dust stuff, right away I was just like, man, I have nothing against the original studio, or like Rooster Teeth did it originally, but it is so unfair getting to see this done later on, redone by a studio that's been doing this for a while.
yeah.
Because there's so many people who are like, see, it would have been better like this. I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting to see what people are like, see, somebody else can do it better than them. And I'm like, so when the stuff gets changed that Monty did previous, you're saying that even he didn't do it better? I'm waiting for those dumb comparisons to come out because they're gonna. Because if they're saying that stuff in the first 3 volumes is done better now, they're then retracting everything they said about how they ripped on Rooster Teeth in the first place.
I'd be surprised if nobody has said it. I haven't been paying attention to the fandom as much lately, so I don't have any clue.
I've been on dead zero since this is out because I was like, we're not going to be reviewing it until the English dub's out. So I tried to avoid literally everything.
Yeah,
I haven't looked at the Tumblr, and that's the #1 spot.
Yeah, I saw like bits and pieces of spoilers, kind of like out of context stuff.
I got one giant spoiler,
well,
but I kind of felt
I've
it was
been
coming.
watching it subbed, so
yeah,
I have to be careful with what I talk about.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Look, I could talk about turtles.
Good. But okay, so one thing that I do like is that they redo how scenes feed into each other. You guys mentioned that. I love the fact that instead of it starting out just at Beacon and you're having the first episode with Ruby in that shop, it's actually them talking with Summer at the grave and making it important that they're caring. And like showing how important it is to Ruby, where Yang's like, oh, so you're telling Mom the good news, right? They're making Summer so freaking important instantly.
Yeah.
That like every time they get news, they have to tell her.
Yes. I also forgot to mention when the interaction with Ty and Osmond, It's been mentioned about Team Stark. I was like, are we going to get Team Stark backstory in this? Is this the opportunity we might get? Because we never going to get it in the original room. Yeah, but now, we're going on volume 9. We still got no backstory. Maybe we might get in this version.
All I say is if it helps the story, do backstory. That's all I say. But I do like that, you're also establishing the fact that Yang rides her bike places.
Yes! Yes, I was like, yo, we're seeing Bumblebee too.
I was so happy.
Bumblebee!
I'm like, of course she would have rode her bike out there. It's a long ways away, I'm assuming. But
so does that mean RWBY walked?
Yes. Or she sped her way over.
Yeah.
But the weird thing about this and this context of all this now is we're getting to see Volume 1, but with all the characters that weren't introduced until like Volume 4 through 8.
Oh, like
you
Whitley
get to see
and
the
all
whole
that?
Bee family instantly at her initiation thing.
Yes. Yes. Because normally it was like the most we kind of heard of was like we just heard the name Winter. And we didn't see Winter until later on in Volume 1 with Crow. Crow got mentioned early on too.
Yep, you got to see her first in Volume 3 when she visits the school.
No, I could have saw Winter was Volume 1.
I thought she didn't show up until the Vital Festival.
It's been a while since I've watched the show. I know.
I just know you see Winter and Crow in like the legit same exact
I was gonna
episode.
say. I know her and Crow get introduced in the same episode. Yeah,
because they kind of like
the volume.
I believe it's Volume 3 because if they're introduced in the same episode, then it is Volume 3 because Crow is drunk at a bar watching the Vital Festival.
True. True. You could be introduced to him drunk somewhere, Uncle Crow. Forgot about that.
Exactly. But also another thing that I like is because in the canon of like the backstory, they talk about how the giant armor is a piece of armor that is possessed by a Grimm. Like a Geist Grimm is literally controlling it. Yeah. And it looked like a summon while she was fighting it the first time. So now actually seeing it as a giant piece of freaking actual armor was really cool.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, that makes sense because of how her summon works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know if it was in the original sword, but before Lacey stabbed it, you saw like symbols on her sword.
That was not that intricate detailing. No.
So I feel like that's how Lacey's able to summon it because she did that to kill it per se, and that's how later in the later original RWBY volumes she's able to summon it like as her summoning thing.
It could be they made a cooler detail because all it did was glow colors. That's all it did. And now they put like freaking glyphs up it. I was like, you're just all too talented for your own good because that was so not necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, she like got the crap kicked out of her at first. And just it was just so cool to see. You actually got to see it lifted up in an elevator, like into a grand bowling arena that is just like, this is a training room specifically for this. You're not going to pass.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind with Madoka Magic in the movies, every movie they just upscale the animation and everything. So I feel like we're gonna get that through RWBY. Everything's just gonna be upscaled animation.
Oh yeah, it is, and it's like just the fights in the forest what I'm looking forward to the most. And a thing that I know is a spoiler, but I'm not going to mention it because Summer knows what it is. I'm just not going to mention it. It's a thing that just I was like, that'd be really cool if, oh, that's a screenshot I didn't want to see. It happened. But the other thing.
I'm trying to think.
They put purple in Blake's hair.
They did. I like that.
I really like that.
I do. I like that a lot, actually.
Because it matches with the purple with the rest of her outfits.
Yeah.
It's a really cool detail.
And it makes her hair stand out and not blend in with her outfit.
I was going to say, it helps it stand out with the whole... It's like when people do like little blue highlights to make black hair look like jet black.
Yes. That, man... And they didn't do a lot to change the scenes either. But just to be like, hey, guys, did you remember that Adam's a dickhead?
Also, that whole scene, I was like...
It's like, hey, in case you guys forgot.
I was like, as opposed to hate you, you're supposed to be a dick, but god damn, this anime susu has to make you hot, and it's totally not okay.
Blake's just sitting here like, I have conflicting feelings.
I'm like, I
having a
hate you, but I
crisis.
love you, but I hate you, but
I'm having a crisis. I don't like it. But yeah,
pretty much.
but it's like, okay, cool. We got the dust. Yeah, all right. Crash the train. But I thought we were just stealing the dust. And he's like, yeah, they're not like us. I don't care. Did you remember that I was like Bull Hitler? Did you forget about that?
You forgot I'm Adam?
It's just like,
You forgot I'm your crazy crazy ex soon? God?
yeah, it was it's so good.
Also, it's kind of weird seeing Yang with 2 arms.
Yeah.
Right? I keep going, hey,
Oh my gosh,
no.
shit, yes, 2 arms.
That's right. Never mind.
And I don't remember, did they make her like significantly much taller than Ruby this time around?
I was gonna say she's also
Yeah.
much taller, but I like it because I
Yeah.
always felt like she's supposed to be bigger than the rest of the group. So it's nice that in this
Yeah.
show, a lot of their defining details can show a little better compared to the 3D modeling.
Yes, and I like that. I didn't know if that was just me. that
No,
saw
she
that.
did look taller.
Yeah. And the one detail that I like is because they just wanted to show their fighting styles in those trailers. So Yang's trailer being about her trying to track down Raven at a club would not mesh with what this episode was. So I like that they
Yeah.
changed her trailer to basically showing that the one thing she cares about most in her life is Ruby.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool, where she basically got a side plot line of her being like, she's not home, and then the family having to track down the rebel child.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. Like they added like that type of detail when
God, it was so good. And Zwei is so cute. How?
also it threw me off because I'm like, oh shit, so this is what an animated dog looks like.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit.
It's been a while since, like, I'm trying to remember the last anime that I saw outside of, like, Elfenlied that I saw an animated dog. Because it's not often, at least not the ones I've been watching.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know how to
mine was,
feel
like-
about that, Ty.
I think mine was I have to say mine has to be part like JoJo Bizarre Adventure, like Iggy. Last time I saw.
Oh yeah, that would have been the
Like,
last one. Actually,
the last time like I saw a dog in an anime was
Well-
any episode in JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
well,
You all
yeah.
know how that turns out.
Yeah, and Iggy has more of a face of a human that happens to be on a dog.
I know, but listen, you
I
watch
mean-
JoJo. You saw dogs. You know what happens to dogs in JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I most recently watched Full Metal Alchemist again, so
Oh dear
Ah.
God!
So who's better off, Summer, me or you, Elfenlied or Full Metal Alchemist?
I'm just gonna go away now.
One beat to death by elementary school kids, or one fused with a kid?
Why do you have to
It's the
remind
same
me?
exact picture.
Why do you have to remind me?
Or one put into a furnace and burnt alive in JoJo Part 1.
No.
Just explain how every dog dies in JoJo Bizarre Adventure. I don't know.
Rocky doesn't like dogs, or didn't.
I don't know what his problem is with fucking dogs in JoJo, but holy fuck, man.
Apparently it changed. I read an interview where he wanted to get the type of dog that Iggy was afterwards, but he said the workload he has, he couldn't take care of it. So he ended up not getting one. But
I mean, I'll have
small
guilt too.
details. Small details. I do like that after the whole heist is done, they still show Cinder for a little bit. I'm okay with Cinder being here. It was weird that I was happy to see Cinder.
Remember back in Volume 1, we knew nothing about her, and that's how it was supposed to stay like that. That's when we actually liked her.
Yeah, when I was okay with her before she
back
overstayed her
when
welcome
they
by 3
decided to give
volumes.
her like shit ass story.
Before she overstayed her welcome by 3 volumes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh great,
she did-
this bitch again.
I loved how they didn't even ever talk.
She did
not in Volume 9 of the original movie. We don't love to Rooster see what happens. I mean,
She better
at
not
that point-
live past it. I don't want.
I mean, at the point where I'm ready to bully Rooster Teeth or to just get rid of Cinder.
Yeah, I love Jessica Negri. I'm done with Cinder.
Just give her a different role to voice. We'll all be fine with it. I promise.
Yeah, we will be. But speaking of making characters hot, wow, did Glinda? Ooh.
Who voices Glinda?
I don't know. But the best part is that is the first time that Glinda's been voiced since Volume 3.
I was gonna say, because I don't know who voices her.
But it's not the person who voiced her in the first 3 volumes because that voice actress fell out with Rooster Teeth.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, who voices her? Because
even Roman found it. Even Roman got a new voice after.
He did, because Gray had some stuff happen.
I was gonna say, because Gray also,
right after, it was like volume 4 or 5, like some stuff happened that got him no longer to be the head of animation, and he was kind of
all that drama dropped.
Yeah, so that was I don't remember the whole situation, but I knew if we ever heard anything of Torchwick, but I don't remember. It was just that.
But I do like the voice. I do like the new voice for Roman a lot.
I do like his voice though.
It's more flair to the character.
Also, I forgot how much I like him. I miss him. Can we have him instead of Cinder?
I'm still mad how he died though.
Yeah, they had to have him happen in a way to where you couldn't identify the body for what we need, but I have a feeling we're gonna have Torchwick in like some weird psychosomatic scene. What's it? Who's it in Volume 9?
Yeah, like I feel like Neo's gonna see see Roman a lot, like hallucinations.
Because I never thought about this. They're in some weird Wonder Whozu land. Who's saying that she just couldn't actually see how Roman died? Like, what if she just has something that happens where she can ask to see something and she just sees it?
You can tell it's been a while because we're all just all over the place on RWBY right now.
Well, I'm just like, it's been ever since then. They fell into Wonderland, and now all I've got is there's a talking mouse.
There's a talking rat.
Like, that's all I
got. Cinderella. Yeah.
I mean, I fell down in Wonderland too because I've been obsessed with Usagi.
Moving on. So RWBY's in a police station, and I love the fact that they're like, you have silver eyes just like your mom did.
Yeah.
They're going out of their way to mention Summer a lot more now since the start.
Yeah.
I really like it. It just, like, in terms of, like, the story overall that we know, I just like a lot of this because it's what I wish we had gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, they showed that Blake actually, like, wrote to get accepted this time around. She didn't just show up.
Like, she actually made the attempt to get in.
Yeah. Which, that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They didn't need to show that, but it was nice. And, that's kind of the basis of it, but we just need to, Studio Shaft and Rooster Teeth, we need to talk. Why on God's green earth did you need to have even the brightest lights flicker and dim away and then show Pyrrha?
To fuck with you.
I'm still not okay with it.
They're so Red and Nora hugging each other. Like, my heart, I was like, oh my god.
I needed that. I needed that little hug.
Yeah, you want to know what they could have done? It would have been like, by the way, we're also going to show Penny. We're also going to show...
Like, we're going to show Nora hugging Red. I'm like, stop it. Because I don't like how it... Fuck, I'm so sad about that. In Volume 8, what happened to Red and Nora?
Yeah.
But Nora needs it.
Yeah, she does. She does. Oh, don't worry. You just wait until we have that whole volume is going to be nothing but angst, and then they're going to get to Vacuo, and then they're gonna be like, "Cool, we're back to good again, and now we're gonna have slender outfits because it's summer."
It's me.
I cannot wait till they're like, "Guys, it's really hot out. The beach episode's coming."
Fucking beast filler arc. Oh dear God, no.
It's coming. That's all I'm saying.
Swear to God.
But yeah, I was just really happy with how this turned out.
Yeah.
For the first episode, it was pretty great. And like I said, it was so weird that like we were so used to doing this, and it's like I'm not as much involved in actually transferred ownership of the RWBY page that I used to be a part of. I still do very much like the show. I just try to avoid its fandom at all costs.
Oh, honestly, that is like the best way to enjoy the show anymore. I cannot.
So I'm like, I wasn't joking when I just like I heard Lindsay talking as Ruby, and I literally started tearing up. I missed it so much.
Just
I know.
as soon as I heard Ruby's voice, I was like, oh.
And like Volume 1 vibes, like, we're going back to where everything was simpler in this story. I was like, I miss the simpler times.
Exactly.
Before everything horrible happened.
Okay, and now Summer, I'm going to ask you this, and do not do it in a spoiler-esque way. Both Shaft, Crunchyroll, and Rooster Teeth said this is the end of season 1 of Ice Queendom. Now, this is one of those things where they stupidly label it as a season 1, but the series is done, or is it actually ends like it could be a season 1?
Like, with the potential of a season 2. Did it end it like that?
Or is it a complete story?
I've been spoiled with fan art, so I kind of know they bring back a scene, and that's how it ended.
So I don't know what they plan. I wonder if they want to see how this goes. But I feel like, yes, it could be a complete story, but I feel like they have the...
If it does good enough, it could be another thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because there's like
yes and yes.
stuff throughout that they could definitely do with.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what their plans per se are, but I can see it going one way or the other.
Yeah. And I don't know if any other projects that Studio Shaft has in the pipeline, so...
Oh, I don't know.
And they don't have to wait for a manga. Because there ain't one.
I know.
I mean, RWBY does have mangas.
It's one of those weird situations like Gurren Lagann and Darling in the Franxx where they're like, cool, we made this entire really successful thing. We're now going to write a manga about it.
Oh,
what? Normally, the anime is the advertisement for the manga.
Well, if we are getting Volume 9 this year, we might not get season 2 till like RWBY season to make it fair.
Yeah, and
we have something RWBY season.
And either way, even if they're waiting to see how this does, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
If they're waiting to see how it does, it could take a while. Which I will always say, as long as it's going to come out, I don't care.
There's a lot of anime that is coming out in October. Like, oh boy, we're in for a Subs kiss. Good to be an anime fan. That's all I gotta say. It's a really good time to be an anime fan right now.
Yes.
Right?
Give or take
we finally
me
got
with
Devil's part-timer.
Season 2. Season 2 is my X family. Chainsaw Man finally. I'm so hyped for that. I am so hyped for Chainsaw Man. So hyped.
It's just like I was talking with someone about how Mappa is made up of the old veteran that used to run Madhouse and a group of new kids. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, he left the studio to the young kids who wanted to start a new project. So I'm like, you're going to get old Madhouse with Mappa. And I'm just like, I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, so I'm going to have you kiddos tell them where everyone can reach you. But this is a completely new computer. So I don't have the old cards and stuff.
Oh dear God,
that's okay.
So
I'll just have to say it.
I'll just do what I did with the
go ahead.
reviews. Go, Summer, you go first.
Oh, Summer,
go
me?
Ahead.
Yeah, you go first.
Yo, people, you can find me at Ray Sketchin over on Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram. I'm on TikTok, but don't follow me for art there. I'm really just posting TMNT edits lately.
Follow her on TikTok, people.
And sometimes when I feel like it, I post art. Wait, I messed up my slogan. I post art when I feel like finishing it.
There we go. I was like,
it's been a while. It's been a while.
Like, I thought that wasn't it.
Cut her some slack.
All right.
It was close. It was close. Shush.
Blake.
Turtles.
And you can find me on Twitter at Kilo028.
You could find me everywhere at Organoid0. This felt really good to talk about RWBY again.
I know.
Wait, are you on TikTok? Hurry, make him a
I
TikTok.
am not on TikTok, and I'm not going to be on TikTok.
She's too much of a
literally at everywhere except TikTok. I have an Instagram, but I don't use it.
Okay, so everyone listen, Billy Tai Yang to make a TikTok.
Hunt down his MySpace and his AO3.
My MySpace? What age are you living in?
You said you're on everything.
Yeah.
Everything
on
that
MySpace.
matters.
So clearly you're
He's
on
on MySpace.
You're on MySpace. You're over here with all your MySpace stuff and your top, what was it, something friends.
I'm not even friends with Tom. I don't matter. We're
Man, not
getting
even
out
Tom
of here. Goodbye, everyone.